What's up, everyone? Games Workshop just released the Angels of Death trailer 2. For all those that don't know, it is an awesome series that's to come out that showcases the Blood Angels versus the Tyranids, a huge epic rivalry that has been going on for quite some time now, and it's actually created by Richard Boylan. For all those that don't know that name or recognize the name, he is the person behind Helsreach. Helsreach is actually the fan animation of Chaplain Grimaldus of the Black Templars on Armageddon. One of the most badass fan animations out there. I've watched it multiple times, and I'm going to put a link down in the description below for you guys to check out that awesome series or that awesome video. But he went from fan animator to working with Games Workshop and having a sanctioned animation gig, which is Angels of Death. So let's react together to the second trailer in the way that you guys told me that I should react based on the Astarte Part 5 reaction that I did. So I'm going to play the video, throw in small little comments, and then we'll talk about the entire thing at the end of this video. So let's begin. All right. How badass was that? The style of animation is very reminiscent of his early work on Helsreach, with the added bonus that they kind of resemble the battle fleets of or battleships of Battlefleet Gothic, the video game, when the battleship was actually exploding. It looked all fragmented, but it didn't. It looked very much like what you see on Battlefleet Gothic, like their little cutscenes. They kind of look like Legos a little bit. They don't really look like an actual ship that just exploded or erupted. It looks very game-like. That's not to say that it's bad, but it's just that that aesthetic reminds me of Battlefleet Gothic 2. Still pretty good. The other cool thing that I noticed is that that one person with the teardrop on their forehead. Now that's either going to be a neophyte or that's going to be some type of Imperial Navy captain working alongside the Blood Angels. They are probably the assistants to the Space Marines when it comes to navigating. And that's important because if it's a neophyte, a lot of the emotions, the raw emotions of battle, are better illustrated in somebody who is new to being a Space Marine, or someone who's not a Space Marine, in this case like some type of Imperial captain or a lieutenant or even an admiral, who's actually showcasing the emotions of a human, whereas if he were to show the Space Marines, when you saw that one, it looked like a Space Marine in Terminator armor. I'll go back, I'll scrub back to see if he was in Terminator armor. But when you look at the Space Marines themselves are not supposed to show emotion because they are stoic. In them is like a calmness during war. So it is right to showcase a Space Marine with an emotionless expression during a time like this, where like conflict is just everywhere, destruction and devastation is everywhere. So having that neophyte, or having that captain, as the root source of telling the viewer, like, this is the emotion that would be going on through a normal person, but here's Mr. Space Marine over here, who's just like emotionless and just stoic while the Tyranids are invading. The other badass thing is the fact that the Tyranid High Fleet or battleship, I'm not too familiar with the classifications of ships for the High Fleet, but when that thing came and destroyed or attacked the Blood Angels fleet, it's a great demonstration of how the Tyranid ships are supposed to be organic. They're basically giant serpents. They're giant, like, reptilian creatures in the sky, just ripping things apart, which I love. That's probably one of the most badass things about Tyranids, is that they are an apex predator in the sense that they are animals. It's savagery in space. Now let's talk about the huge white elephant in the room, and that is Astartes Part 5. Astartes Part 5 was released yesterday, I think. It's up to 2 million views as of making this video, and it is still trending. It is number 5 in the US, I think. It has gotten more attention than anything that I've seen Games Workshop put out. Now, you shouldn't let that take away from anything that Games Workshop is creating right now. There's going to be a lot of negativity, a lot of memes and trolls on the internet saying that, you know, how could Astartes create something like this when Games Workshop is creating things that are stylistically different, but that's the key. Like, Angels of Death is stylistically different than Astartes, but that doesn't mean that one is better than the other. At the end of the day, they're still showcasing the awesomeness of the 40k world, and they're both bringing attention to the community, so it's a positive for both of us. Now, I mean, you also have to give props to Astartes. It's just one person. He's not sanctioned by Games Workshop, and he was able to create something as amazing as he did. Odds are Games Workshop is probably going to contact him, and we're going to get to see some more awesomeness in the future. But just remember that there is going to be a lot of negativity in the internet, but understand that Games Workshop is working with the community, and they're probably going to bring in the animator of Astartes. And obviously they're just trying to showcase the 40k world in a different style, and they probably will bring in other animators and other artists from all over. Because remember that last week we got a trailer for the Hammer and Bolter Death's Hand trailer. That was like a cool anime look. And then we have the children's book. I forget what they call. I think they're like Warhammer Adventures or something like that. So Games Workshop is putting in effort to listen to the community and trying to be as broad as they can to bring in like all the different styles and stuff like that. Hopefully they contact the Death of Hope guy, and we get a cool grim dark animation that's sanctioned by Games Workshop, maybe even like a Demon Kulaba fan animation, or animation by the person that created the Death of Hope, which is another trailer that you guys should check out if you haven't done so. If you're new to the 40k world and you want to see like the grim darkness of a void battle, you guys should check out the Death of Hope trailer. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick little react video. Like I told you guys in the Astartes reaction videos, normally I don't like these types of formats, just because it didn't make sense to me. Like, why would I watch somebody watch something else? But now I understand that there is value in just listening to a person not really react, but a person's comments after the actual video that's released. So comment down in the comment section below, because another part of the reaction format is the communication and that openness in the comment section below. So I can't wait to talk to you guys on what you guys think the future of Games Workshop is going to be, what you guys thought of the Angels of Death trailer, and pretty much anything else. So I appreciate you guys listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. This was Gershwan with One Mind Syndicate signing out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.